Thank you. I'm sorry if it's too noisy. the description said I'm a young Padawan from the dark side, so had to be noisy. Well, thank you so much to everyone for coming. I am Flavia Ferreira, also known as Young Padawan. And I'm going to be talking about the Roland System-500 and the way I play it in my setup. I like to start saying that it's a 4 voices synthesizer made out of 2 dual VCO, 1 dual VCA, the envelope which has also 2 separated envelopes and 1 low frequency oscillator, and the VCA. I would like to say also that I'm not using my system only as a sound generator, but also as effects for my drum machine. The drum machine has 4 separated outputs, separated outputs per track that I'm sending into my system. So the main module, the most important module in the whole system is actually the filter, the VCF, the 521 from the System-500. Has 2 separated channels. One of them I'm using to send the outputs of my drum machine, and the other I'm using it to generate the bass line. Let's start saying I'm sending the 2 of the kicks because I'm actually using 2 different beats in this track. One is this one, and then we have the 4/4 kick. Both of them are going into my chopping kinky, which is a distortion module, and I'm sending the signal out into the filter. So the filter, each channel has 1 low-pass filter and 1 high-pass filter. This high-pass filter has 2 cutoff points in the frequency that we can hear the signal. This is the normal signal with the distortion. I'm just controlling the distortion right now. And now let's move on to the first cutoff point. This is the second cutoff point. So let's go back to the first one. And I'm sending also the hi-hats, but in this case I'm sending it to the delay of my field kit effects, and then it's going into the filter. And this is how it sounds when it's... This is the signal without any cutoff. This is the delay. And this is the second point of the cutoff. I'm doing this because I actually like to control. This way I can control the amount of effects I'm sending into my mix. And now let's move on to the bass line. This is the signal without any effects, any filter on it. I have to say that, well, this is actually how I've been playing it. And this is the second point of the cutoff in the high-pass filter. I'm generating this sound with the, one of the VCOs. One of the channels of my VCO is I'm feeding into the other channel, the other VCO. And this way, when I open the tune control, actually I can create more harmonics. And control the pitch up and down with the other tune control. Now let's talk about the envelope. The LFO of the triangle, I'm sending a triangle wave into the attack. So when I'm changing the attack, it doesn't change only the attack, it also changes the frequency of my LFO. And this is what happens when I'm changing the frequency. And you can also control the delay of the low frequency oscillator. Okay, I think that's a bit better now. I'm sending the VCA, in this case, into the input of my filter, so I can also control the amount of the volume I'm sending into the mix too. Let's move on to the second, the lead. I had to say also that every module has key inputs, actually has 3 key inputs. In this case, in the VCO, I'm sending the key to control that is actually controlling the CV. It's being controlled by the CV of my eloquencer, and the gate is going into the second key input that is controlling the gate of the sequence. In this case, I'm using the 2 of the oscillators separated, but mixing them at the same time in the mix. So I'm starting with the square wave that I'm feeding into the input sink of my first channel. And in this case, I'm sending the output into the frequency shifter of my field kit effects. From here, I'm feeding into is going to my nano modules. That is from is another filter. And the second channel of my VCO is going again into this filter, but I'm sending to the control voltage resonance. So I'm actually using both signals just to make this sound. And this is how. To make it a bit more playful, not only for my friends, the crowd, or even for myself when I'm performing, I like to loop. So I use a lot the looper in the field kit effects. 1 second. So it makes the track a bit more dynamic when I'm playing it, so it doesn't sound the same all the time. This way I can also control the sample rate and the bit crash I'm sending into the filter, well, into the mix in this case. Well, that's it. Basically, that's how I make my music. If you guys have any question, I'll be glad. Please ask me. I'll be super glad to answer. Okay. Is coming from the rhythm, from the analog rhythm. Yes. Any other question that you'd like to about the Roland System-500, maybe? Well, actually, I like to say that just to finish this presentation, the sound generation and the filter, the VCO and the filter, actually have become my favorite modules. So, because I like to use them a lot also to send effects. So, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the music. And yeah, let's keep on playing synthesizers.